Hey everyone, Christian here from CK Wraps. So today we're going to wrap the top of this laptop in some rose gold chrome. The film that we're using today is Vivid Rose Gold Chrome, and you can see on the backing that it says Vivid Commercial Graphics XPO Series. So this is the new stuff. This is the stuff that you should be getting. Make sure that if you're buying online from Amazon or eBay or whatever, they are getting a genuine product. It makes all the difference in the world. So we're going to start by prepping the surface of the laptop. It's a very old laptop, and then we're just going to demonstrate how to do this. So we're going to start by prepping the surface, making sure that it's really clean. I'm sure that it's not that clean because of the years. It's probably a 10-year-old laptop. So we're going to spray some isopropyl alcohol on a clean cloth. And we're going to wipe off the surface area. Get around the edges a bit if you can. You're going to need to do that, but if you can do it with your hands, great. If not, use your squeegee. Let's open it up a little bit. Let's get under there. So we're going to make sure we're scrubbing it down pretty good, making sure that there's no, juice, whatever, stuck to it. And because people spill stuff on their laptop all the time, so you can see it's pretty dirty. Let's get into this back recess over here. So we're going to take our squeegee and fold the cloth around the squeegee and get in here. All right. All right, so now that we've done that, we can dry it out a little bit with a heat gun. Just accelerate the alcohol evaporating. What we're using is 70% isopropyl alcohol. I keep it in a spray bottle, just makes it a lot easier. You refill this and you mist it onto the surface, the panel, or the cloth, whatever you want to do, however way you want to do it. I don't recommend spraying it directly on the laptop, as it might get in something and then cause an issue. So we spray it on the cloth first. That way we don't damage the laptop itself. So as you can see, we have our film already pre-cut, and what we need to do here is we need to remove the plastic cap. Now, this is a protective plastic cap, and I don't recommend installing it with it on. So let's get that out of the way. Comes off super easily. And I could probably trim this down a little bit more as far as how much excess film I have. So I can trim off a bit right here. I'm going to use the snitty for that. Perfect. So again, this is a snitty. It's just a vinyl cutter, and it's plastic, so you can't really scratch. You can scratch if you're too aggressive, but it's very helpful in preventing scratches when you're cutting vinyl on something, on a car or whatever, so we can get it cut nice and straight and without scratching it with a blade. So let's start by removing the sticker side of this from the paper. So it's easier to peel the backing off when we start pulling the sticker side first. So let's get that out of the way. So as we can see right away, we have a clear adhesive. It should be silver on the back. And we're just going to get that on there like that, all right? And we're going to get it generally as flat as possible. So you want to kind of glass it out. What we can also use is, if we're doing chrome, is a little soap and water. So we don't want to use too much. Just something like that, just to help lubricate the surface, all right? This will help minimize scratching. So we're just going to work the film, and I lift the edges so I can let the air out a little bit easier. And turn this around. Now I still see a couple of bumps on the laptop. It's not a big deal. So let's get the squeegee in where this back piece is, because we're not going to wrap this back piece right here. We're going to cut it right on this line and around this corner right here. You can cut out Toshiba right after. So we have all the air out. We're good to go. You could even probably emboss the Toshiba logo if we wanted to, if we didn't want to cut that out and leave it just like that. It's super easy. The film is nice and thin, so it makes embossing really easy. So let's do this now. So let's take our laptop and we want to basically put a relief cut somewhere around here on this particular laptop. It will vary on other laptops, but generally you're going to need to do this if you don't remove the battery or some parts off of it. And we're going to just get that nice and in there. So now it's folded down, no tension on it. It's a nice way to kind of just change up something that's old but still works. You can do this on like your PS4 or whatever, Xbox, that kind of stuff. All right, so let's add a little heat now. Let's get these edges kind of curled around. I'm just adding a mild touch of heat just to get them around. So I haven't quite actually squeegeed all the air out of the front yet, so I didn't even realize that it curled down a little bit more than I thought. So let's finish this off before we add heat. So like I said, there are some imperfections in it. This is an old laptop, so you can only expect so much. Okay, now we're good. So let's add a little heat and just bring the film down around the edges. I like to push down on the edges as opposed to sliding your finger across. You can use a glove and slide your finger across. There's less of a chance that you're going to get stuck, and getting stuck is the issue. If you're running your finger across the edge, you might get stuck and cause a wrinkle, and then you're going to have a blemish on the edge. So pushing down is something that I recommend doing because there's a lot less of a chance when it comes to leaving a mark in the film. Just very gently do that. So now that we're there, we're going to pay close attention to where this gap is, all right? We're going to cut right along it. You don't have to push too hard, just let the blade do the work. Should be able to get this out of the way. Perfect. And then for the rest here, all we really need to do is take our blade and run it on the underside here. Very carefully, of course, we don't want to cut the screen. We do have the buttons here, the button to open it, so I just have to kind of work around that. There we go. Once we're done, we're going to go over all the edges again, making sure that everything's nice and tight. Do this side, start somewhere around here. I'm just holding it up, it's kind of difficult, so I can show you guys. It would be easier if I just left it flat on the table. Okay, now we can run it turn the laptop around and finish this guy off over here, this section off. All right, so now what we want to do is go over the edges. It's going to kind of seal them down as we post heat right now. We don't want to add too much heat, just enough to soften the film and make sure everything is nice and tight, all right? So again, I'm just mostly pushing down. Let's get in here now and tuck in there the best we can. Just by adding a bit of heat. We're going to go over it. Like I said, if you want to cut this out, you can. I'm probably just going to leave it for the emblem, just keep it covered so you can still see it. And this right here, we have a nice clean edge. I haven't even actually pushed this down yet enough here. There we go. So we have a nice clean line all the way down. And you've just wrapped your laptop, so we can clean it off all the fingerprints and stuff like that. Like I said, there's a little something there that might have been embedded in the laptop itself, a little bit there. But I think that's what happens with older things, just like cars. And that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video of how to wrap a laptop. There are many different styles, and I've also heard that Chrome can block the signal on, let's say, MacBooks, so it can block the Wi-Fi signal apparently. I know it doesn't do it on PCs, but because I've wrapped a bunch of them in Chrome, but I've heard that it does it on MacBooks. So just to let you know that if you're doing it in Chrome, keep in mind that you might lose your Wi-Fi signal, so it might not be worth doing. But otherwise, this is just how you do it, and it's pretty basic. Something to begin with. It's more of a beginner level thing. Just get your hands wet, kind of feeling, or get your feet wet, and get a feeling for how it's done. So, and how the film feels and how you can work with the squeegee. There's all different types of things that you can wrap, including stuff like this, your cell phone case, whatever. So hope this video helped, guys. If it did, please click a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button. We're going to be doing some more unique things. We're going to get around to doing some more wheel faces as well. Thanks, guys. Take care.